All right, peace. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Little hip hop news real quick. As you probably know, Africa Bambatta has passed on at the age of 68. First I saw 67, but I think he was 68. I was surprised by his age. He's, 60. I thought he would have been a little bit older, actually. I thought he would have been maybe pushing 73, 74, but no. Anyway, he died at age 68. Hip-hop pioneer, hip-hop legend for many people. Zulu Nation creator, founder. Planet Rock, the famous song, searching for the perfect beat. A lot of remixes, a lot of features, sampled craft work for Planet Rock. Some of his notable moments. Like I say, he's considered one of the forefathers of hip-hop out of the Bronx River Projects. To mention that, you got to mention the other stuff. There's definitely a little stain on his name in his passing. If you've been around since like 2000, or if you remember in 2013, 2014, excuse me, somewhere up in there, the allegations came out against him about being a PDF file. Hassan Campbell came out. Ron B. Stinger Savage came out. And if you know who Star is, Star covered this story. Another guy by the name of Khalil Amani wrote an issue in the Straight Sutton magazine. I wrote an article in the Straight Sutton magazine for K. Slay about these allegations and about stories. Some people have stated it's the Bronx's worst kept secret. It's out there. So Bambatta got those allegations on him. Actually, in court, there was a John Doe who won a settlement. Bambatta never showed up, so I guess his estate is going to pay it out. And there is many, many more that had called into Star's show, telling their stories of running into Bam, getting caught up with him. And that's where it is. Some people have got caught backlash on it. A lot of the old school, old generation, some of our legends, the Chuck D's, he kind of defended them. Not necessarily defended them. He made a statement in his last sentence. He kind of took a shot or made a little remark on it. And KRS-One a few years ago on Drink Champs, he basically, I don't give a F. He made that statement. Go check the old Drink Champs with Nori. And he was in KRS-One was doing a British interview. A lady was interviewing him, and he was saying, "Oh, we got to protect our leaders. We got to protect our leaders," kind of like no matter what. And I'm paraphrasing, which is crazy. I don't know about that, when it comes to messing with kids and stuff like that. But at the same time, we defend, our drug dealers, our killers, our murderers. All of them are all fine. But when it comes to the kids, there's a line there that most people say, you know what, that's one that we can't rock with. But when it comes to these hip hop legends, we kind of love our people and musicians and entertainments, period. It's like it's an entertainment. A lot of people give them a pass, but that day seems to be changing. A lot of people are standing tall and not really giving these people passes anymore. But it's a good thing to see, because entertainment is a dark, dark world. If anybody want to go into that, you better have your head screwed on right, or you will be leaving with a whole bunch of wicked spirits trapped in you. But anyway, you get where I'm going with that. These stories are all out there about the industry and stuff like that, and this is just more of it. From the Epstein stuff all the way, Sandusky, if you know his name. Roland Polanski, way, way back in the days, just crazy, just abuse, Kevin Spacey. It's tons. The Weinstein, Epstein's, R. Kelly, Russell Simmons, all this stuff. It's all dark. It's just a dark, dark, dark world, and it all ties together. It all ties together. It's not separate. These aren't separate things. It's entertainment. Then I believe there are different gatekeepers and factions. But all these people were abused. I believe Bam in his past, I believe it probably happened to him. Because they say, well, when you do it to somebody else, it happened to you. Where did you learn it from? So there's definitely probably an origin there. But so he's passed on. That's that. Hassan Campbell, he did a post. And Doggy Diamond, he's another one that had covered the story. Doggy Diamond, a bunch of people covered it. It was a huge story in hip hop when this had broke. But K. Slade, man, he was Zulu Nation, but he had got a wind of it, and he said he got tired of it. He said, I'm tired of hearing about this. But he got this guy Khalil Amani had did an article, and he wrote on it. So It's out there. If you do a search and you really want to know about the Bambatta story and what was up, it's out there. So, and it's looking at his legacy. It's looking at hip hop. To me, it's been looking shady for a little while. The whole thing's a mess. I mean, I like hip hop. I like, but I'm not so far gone that these guys are not above reproach. Nobody, no. I don't roll like that. KRS-One's my number one MC. And he's definitely wrong in what he was saying. He should have been more, more standing with the youth in that. And even, I understand he was saying it was allegations at the time, but since there has been a lot more information have come out. Even Melly Mel said that, yes, we all knew. He's on Did a Vlad interview. That's circulating around saying that, yeah, everybody knew. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So that's one to check on if you want to do a deep dive on something if you don't know. Because a couple people I talked to, they didn't know anything about it. I'm like, wow, how you missed that? But anyway, some people, doing their thing and they don't be up on these hip hop stories. But then outside of that, we're going to move to this right here, something a little more lighthearted. The DJ Premier Nas Light Years. My record came, my signed cover, the picture cover, the one with the actual cover, not the day one's signature white sleeve on. This is the cover. I wanted this one, man. I wanted to have a copy of this, and I got it. Super, super dope. So glad to have this right here. If you're seeing it on the screen, yeah, fire album, man. Album growing on me more. Dope record, man. Dope. I listened to it again. I've been listening to it a couple more times. Dope record, man. They did a good job. I don't know all of the backlash early on, like people were up in arms about the production. I see why, I get it, but at the same time, now it's just a slightly different premiere. Like, it sounds different than that mid-90s premiere, but it's still dope. It's still dope. It fits. And Nas put his thing down lyrically, as I've been saying. Dope record. I'm super hyped to have this. This is probably one of my crown jewel pieces. I'm going to have to show all my autographs and just go through them all one day, and maybe like a 2-part. That'd be a dope video. But yeah, that's a dope. This is one of my favorite ones now. This is probably moved into the number 1 spot, if not the number 2 spot, because I got some dope signs. I got some dope signatures. But yeah, as far as a Nas premiere, a Nas signature, yeah, that's up there. That's up there high. I would like to have Illmatic signed. If everybody know, if you know me, you've been following the channel, you know I have my original cassette, and I'm trying to get that signed, man. So that's what I want to happen one day. That or the LP, if I can get either one of them signed. But yeah. And yeah, so that's that. And also more Nas news. AZ's Do or Die 2 is coming out on Mass Appeal. I'm not sure if this is a collaboration with Nas. I thought I saw a caught wind that him and Nas is collaborating. I'm not sure if this is that or they're doing something separate. But this could be it. This could be their collaboration album. But also, I want the KRS Nas collaboration. I'm steady beating the drum for that because I think that would be a phenomenal project if them two got together and gave us the Book of Knowledge. I think they can, even though KRS-One said that at bull crap with the Bambatta situation, he's still a phenomenal artist, lyricist, teacher. But him and Nas teaming up doing it, man, that would be fire. Him and the AZ were going to be dope, no doubt. But KRS Nas, just for hip hop, man, that would be a record right there. So that's the one I want. I'm steady gonna keep saying it, and it may happen one day. Who knows? It may happen. It just gotta catch wind of it. Mass Appeal, I'm pretty sure they heard me. I sent some stuff out there to them, so hopefully that reaches Nas and be like, okay, maybe one day he can sit down and they can hammer out a deal. Him and KRS do some joints, put it out there. It'll be dope, man. That'll be dope. That'll set the hip hop world ablaze. Everybody will be there for that. That'll be one for the ages. Everything will stop if them two were to drop. But yeah. Then moving right along, more news out of the Wu-Tang camp. The Wu-Tang, I'm a little slightly disappointed, but not really. So a year or two ago, we had last year, Final Chamber Tour. Okay, they it's the Final Chamber Tour. Okay, it's the last Wu-Tang show. We all went out. Everybody went. Met you God. He did doing the in-store. Everybody's moving around doing their little individual stuff into the show in whatever city they were in. Met you God. He signed some stuff. It was super dope. And then they had the show downtown Phoenix. Caught the show. Okay, it's the Final Chamber. It's done. Then it popped out that they're doing a European one. No problem. Okay, they're going to do the European branch. Cool. Okay, they're doing that. Then I caught wind that, hey, they're doing U.S. again. And I'm like, what? First, I was initially like, come on, man. They just lying to us. They lying. But then I changed my stance because they're calling it Encore. Okay, one more time. I think they knew all along. there was going to be more. It's just something. It was money grab. Like, oh man, you got. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they did. Lying to your fans. Just, I don't know. But you ain't even had to really say Final Chamber. They say, hey, we going on tour. And there'll be some more. But they did this Final Chamber, which made everybody come out. And you spend a little extra when you think something is the last time. Because the merch line's going to be crazy anyway. But the merch line was crazy at this one. I think I just grabbed, what I grabbed? I think I just grabbed the t-shirt. They had all kinds of stuff there. I just grabbed the t-shirt at that show. But to do, you say your Final Chamber, then you do the European Final Chamber, which is cool. But now you're coming back to the U.S. again for an encore. I guess it's cool, though. I guess it's all right. But anyway, the tour is kind of having some issues. Like, some fans are complaining. Not a lot. I'm seeing little articles getting written. I saw this one guy that was tearing them to pieces. He must not be a fan of theirs. He was a writer. I forget some article I read just talking about how the show was performed. I think it was on the European side, not before they reached Australia. The Australian thing was a separate situation. But yeah, just talking about the performance, lackluster, this, that, the other. All the members weren't there, the guy was saying. It was pretty crazy. Then I know Australia, Method Man couldn't make it. I think some other members, so something going on there. I think they just have other things going on, I guess. But yeah, people kind of wanting to see them all, but some fans are cool. I'm seeing comments where some fans are like, hey, I'd rather see this than none at all. So that's that when it comes to the Wu-Tang. Yeah, other things in hip-hop, I'm not sure. Not too many releases. May have been some here and there, nothing too crazy. I see at Trill, our local shop, I think Farside's coming. That might be something to check out. Farside's coming to Trill. So I'll look into that. I'm not sure if I'm able to make it. I got to see what day it is. But they're coming. Other than that, for my birthday, I was in Rome. That was a super dope time, man. Spent my birthday in Rome. That was phenomenal. I had a great, great time. I was considering going to a record store, but I'm not buying records anymore, and I didn't want to get tempted, so I just stuck to the script. I didn't even look at nothing like that. But I did see a couple sneaker stores that were dope. Man, they got some fire kicks. Fire kicks, man. So I saw a couple sneaker stores. I ain't pulled the trigger either. I was looking, but I was like, you know what? I'm good. I ain't want to buy nothing just to be getting. I already got kicks, so I'm like, you know what, I'm cool. But yeah, definitely some dope stuff. I saw like two sneaker stores. One called Rubber, right outside of Vatican City. So that was dope. But yeah, just did the tourist thing, man. It was dope, man. Me and my wife went to the Coliseum, Vatican City Museum, just taking in all the sights, taking in all the history. Went to Trevi Fountain, Trastevere. It's hard to say. Trastevere. This neighborhood is super dope, man. A lot of vendors, just shops and vendors and people out, moving about, eating pasta and pizza, and just, it was a dope time, man. It was a great, great trip. Yeah, got my photography thing on, shot a lot of street photography, so yeah, it was dope. It was dope. Good. It's a good trip, excellent trip. So where I ranked that compared to my Egypt trip, I'll give this a half point above Egypt. Egypt was definitely fire. Super dope experience. I was there a longer time. I was in Egypt for 11 days. And that one, only why I give a half point to Rome is because hassling you in the street was way down compared to Egypt. Egypt, I'm trying to do my photography and just walk and do, people, they want to, I ain't gonna say harass you. They just want money though. They want to make money. They want to do business with you. They want you to take a ride. They want you to do this. Want to take you there. Want to do this. So I understand. I get it. They try to make their money, man, feed their families. But Rome, none of that. You get left alone. You can just walk the streets. It's cool. You go out at night. It's cool. Daytime, cool. No problem. Ain't nobody bothering you. It's a totally different society, and it's a non-tipping society, so they don't work for tips. Like, they look at you funny when you tip them. They barely even want to take it. Restaurants, no tipping. You can do it if you want, but it's really not a thing over there in Rome. But other than that, man, I'm going to wrap this video up. So you got Bambatta was the top story. Moving to the Nas DJ premiere, my Lightyear signed record, plus Nas dropping with AZ. If it's a collaboration, it might just be AZ Do or Die. That's going to be on Mass Appeal Records. So they're moving stuff around about that right now, promoting that. So yeah. And then the Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang's always in the news. Wu-Tang forever. And then my Rome trip. So I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. Catch y'all in another video. It's KT Productionz. I'm out. All right. Peace.